Hello, this is Michael from Blue Gem Tarot, and in today's video I'm gonna be doing something very different from what you usually encounter on my channel. You see, to give you a little bit of a backstory, I came up with the idea of trying to compare myself or the people around me with the archetypes from the major arcanas. And the goal of this practice was for me to find the intricate details and the things or insights that separate me or connect me with one archetype or another. So this is a practice that is aimed to become more aware or for self-discovery or introspection purposes. And some time passed and I realized that I can actually channel the messages from one archetype to my audience. And because one of my favorite cards in tarot is the High Priestess, and I was actually trying to communicate with this archetype when I was meditating, it came to me as an idea that it would be nice if I were to help her convey messages to you, and maybe you'd find it useful or you'd find some information in here that would potentially change or transform your life. Seeing as how this is like the purpose of my channel, beyond the actual topics, I would like your life to be transformed by the insights that I provide. And this channeling exercise, maybe it will have success in that regard, and I would be most delighted to share the knowledge and the information that this card is capable of giving you. So this is going to be the description or the beginning or intro for the reading, and I'm going to be jumping right into the channeling process and see what it is that she wants to say to you. Okay, my first domain or type of question that I wanted to address was a general one. I asked her to tell me what in general people need to know. And the message I got was circling around the concept of empowerment. So the High Priestess wants to talk about empowerment with you. Empowerment, on the other hand, or on a polarity scale, is very well linked to powerlessness or victim mentality. So these are two extremes, or these are two polarities that the High Priestess wants to talk about. You see, perhaps it's not a rare thing that you would encounter like people, or maybe even you can be this way. People are very blaming the circumstances or the life around them or the people around them for the shortcomings, for the circumstances, or for the lack of good conditions in their life. What she wants to say is that this is entirely an illusion, and that actually empowerment lies within yourself. You see, she urges you to find empowerment within and realize that much of your suffering in your life comes from the lack of self-awareness. What she's trying to convey as well is, or she says that, tell them that everything lies into their own hands, and the more aware they can become, the happier and the more peaceful they can feel. She sees you as someone who is completely a creator in their life, and she doesn't quite understand the blaming or the victim mentality. She sees it as a trap and is urging you to understand that it is a complacent type of behavior where it allows you to not change anything, or which allows you to be blind, which allows you to be complacent to your life circumstances, to your life in general. The High Priestess says that you are the owner, you are the complete owner, creator of your life, and the disarray, the chaos, the actual negative emotions are all a sort of reflection of sorts that comes from within and is urging you to find peace in it. It's urging you to address it. It's urging you to find awareness in it, to cultivate awareness in it, and to transcend it in the guise of acceptance, emotional clarity, and from this clarity, action. She wants to urge me to say that she is your ally, she is your friend, she is your best friend, if only it is you want to contact her. Remember that she is an archetype which is very, very much so passive. She will not interfere, but she will definitely give you insights, and she will definitely give you the knowledge that you require if only you ask. Also, this is an archetype who strongly advocates for self-awareness. Self-awareness, emotional self-awareness specifically, and the byproduct of this, which is peace and clarity. She advocates for you finding the answers within. She's an advocate for meditation, introspection, mindfulness, solitude, and silence. If you are struggling in life, she invites you to be very calm, to be mindful of your problems, and to invite silence and digest everything. She says that she is communicating in silence with you, and as well she says that she is the voice of the intuition, or the road to her is the intuition. Also, it's interesting of a message is that foundations are very important, and a clear and a calm, emotionally calm foundation is something that is going to bring abundance and prosperity into your life. She advocates for strong, non-emotional foundations in your life, and is saying that if you're going to be rushing or if you're going to be reactive in life, the results are going to be according to these reactive emotions. It feels to me like she's a detached person, and she says that you can choose to be detached, or you can choose this lifestyle of a loner for a period of time for the sake of self-awareness and reevaluation of things. But she's only capable of speaking to you when the chatter of the world is being silenced, when there is silence, or when there is time to yourself. This is the moment in which she arises. This is the moment in which you can ask her for guidance. For many people, she says, actually for everyone, like what am I even saying? She's saying to listen to yourself beyond everything, beyond circumstances, people, even the highest of and the best of professionals. No matter who this person is, she says to place importance on your own voice. And she says that there is no better guidance than your own. Also, for those of you who are confused with this guidance and not knowing how to obtain it, she says that you can find it in silence. You can find her voice, you can find the voice of the intuition when every other voice from the world is being shut. That means basically silence. Also, it's interesting to say that the message about empowerment is a very pervasive one. She says that you are like this person who is like placed in creative world where they can create anything they want, but it's easier to reject the ownership of your own power. It's easier to reject that you can't control anything and to give this power to something else. So this is going to be the blaming of the government, this is going to be the blaming of the world, not seeing like she's saying that you're not seeing that your own reactions are actually coming from within. So the reaction towards, let's say, government, or the reaction to an unpleasant relationship, this is all coming from a reaction that's from within. And she says that while the world, you cannot change it, you can change and refine your own reactions to it. This is quite interesting because this is an archetype who advocates for self-work, self-development, self-exploration, and seeing yourself as the spring or the starting point of things into your own life and the quality of your own experience. She says that you do have complete control over the quality of your experience, even though the world can be grim or can be quite chaotic. There is a stability within yourself that is eternal and has this attitude of throw whatever you want at me and I will make it into something beautiful. She doesn't see herself or anyone in this regard as powerless, and says that it is a trap of sorts. It is a trap that, as I said, allows you to be blind, allows you to be complacent in your own unconsciousness. And for the longest of times, actually, this archetype feels to me like she's completely self-aware. I know this card always, or maybe for some, represents the subconscious mind, but if you want to communicate with her, just go in meditation, take the card if you have tarot cards, or just picture her in your mind and ask her the guidance that you are lacking. Literally picture yourself besides her and ask her the questions that you are most interested in or that are bothering you. She says that she has a lot of information and knows a lot, but people would misunderstand her. Or she says that not everyone needs the information she has, and she's only willing to give that information for those who ask. And those, of course, who ask the proper questions, because this is a very mysterious archetype. It feels to me like she's not going to be revealing everything. It's only the ingenuity of yours that's going to be bringing up the information to the surface. So the deeper the information, the deeper the question you're going to be addressing to her, the deeper the answer is going to come out. But this is someone who's not going to be showing you all the cards at once. You're just going to have to kind of create your own road towards her, but she's going to be open to giving you that information. So I think that's all for today. I think I will do in the future, if this video will be greatly receptive. I will be asking her about finances. I will be asking about like money, how money comes into this world, why are people wealthy, why some people are poor. And as well, I will be asking about the relationships. Already she says that relationships are a mirror, or that relationships are very reflective of your own inner world. About the money, though, like, it's very funny. It's almost as though she urges me to say this, but it's like money is there, and it's like a law of sorts. It feels like money has a very mysterious yet very predictable nature or function into this world. And yeah, perhaps I'm gonna be delving deeper into this one for clarity, because it feels like it's too deep for just a short outlook. But what this archetype is wanting to communicate to my audience right now is, don't believe in powerlessness, and don't forget that you have control over your own level of consciousness. And the more aware you're going to become, the more peace, quiet, and fulfillment you're going to bring into your life. Because life and people in general have this grasping idea of desperation or emotions that are exaggerating a lot of stuff. And she says that through awareness and self-awareness, you are going to be clearing this out and seeing with fresh clarity what it is that you need and don't need, because lots of emotions are quite exaggerating the life that you have, and not the life that, but the needs that you project, you know. She's urging you to address the emotional state and don't buy into the wishes, or you can have those, but you can still culture and cultivate awareness and see how your state of your emotions are actually dictating your desires in life. So I think that's all. I hope you enjoyed this one. Very curious to find out what people are going to say about this reading, but this is something so powerful. Like, I am so excited to do this kinds of channeling messages to people because it feels like there is so much untapped potential for the questions, and this is only for one archetype. And I did this for the first archetype, like for this one especially, because it's one of my favorites, and it feels to me like she's a spring of knowledge, that a spring of wisdom that we kind of don't go to, you know. And so my channel, I think, would be a great place to explore that. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say for this small channeling exercise. And I really hope to see you in the future videos. Let me know how you accepted this message, if it resonated with you, if it resonated with your viewpoints or the way in which you carry yourselves in your life. Let me know if you agree or disagree with it, because it's a very raw message. I didn't write it beforehand. It's something that came up spontaneously as I was holding this card and looking at it and trying to see what it is that you would like to communicate to the people that follow me. Okay, waiting for your comments. Like the video, subscribe, share if you want. And a small reminder, thank you so much for all the comments. Like, I'm so overjoyed with the last comments on my latest videos, latest video actually. People are saying that they find it very deep, and a person even told me that it seems, or it's very obvious that I have a psychology background. I haven't studied psychology. It's a passion, or it's something, it's a bit of a forced, ironic like passion, because life was so rough at some point that I was thrown into it involuntarily. And it's something that I really enjoy right now that I'm looking at it. But it's very funny because, yeah, unfortunately, right now, I don't have a degree, but I'm considering it. Still, it feels like psychology has its own ways, like the way in which I study people, the way in which I try to read them. It has its own logic, and I feel like at times it's such a wild thing. It's so chaotic that it doesn't quite align with the usual psychology. But what I do like, however, is the fact that people recognize in me the fact that I can read them accurately, and that I can actually say things even better than a psychologist, you know? And it's a very intuitive type of thing, which makes me feel very joyous, very passionate about the people I come in contact with, because I'm that type of person who's gonna say, like, I'm gonna be meeting you, and we're not gonna be exchanging usual, like, what's the weather type of questions. I just jump in like a crazy person and tell you whatever it is that I'm seeing on your face. And it's usually deep stuff that I can decipher from the past or from childhood, from your relationship to your parents, mother, father. Um, and it's so funny because I have two types of people. Either they accept and love what I say, or the second type, which is rare, but it's kind of crazy as well. Like, they kind of avoid me, you know. They're a bit scared because they say, like, I say these types of things, and they just maybe are not ready. Yeah. And but I'm confident because I have too many examples of people giving them reads about their, like, emotions, the things that I see in them, for me to doubt whether it is accurate what I'm saying. It's accurate because there were so many people who agreed that I don't care. Like, if I can bring an awareness in people, or in one person that is potentially capable of changing their life, then I'm gonna go for it, and I'm not gonna care whether this person thinks that I'm crazy or not, because I know who I am. Okay. Yeah, that's all. Take care.